Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I'm Stylosa, and this is my awesome Torbjorn guide. I'm going to give you some tips and advice. I'm laughing so much because I used to dislike Torbjorn, but he's actually quite good, and I'm going to show you the kind of damage you can do with Torbjorn. He is a monster, a small monster, but an absolute monster. Just look at this. I've started off this guide video with just a mental clip, which shows you how ridiculously powerful Mr. Torbjorn can be if the enemy team decide to just, I don't know, ignore your turret, run in, and then ignore you, and then you use your ultimate, you go Molten Core, and then you kill everyone. Anyway, let's get into the guide. So Torbjorn, only ever play Torbjorn on defense. That is the golden rule with Torbjorn. The reason for that is, well, his turret is stationary. You cannot move it. You need it to be in a position where you know the enemy is going to come through. If you're on like a payload map and you're pushing forward, you need to stay with the payload. Yeah, you could put your turret on the payload, but that's stupid because it's just going to get wiped out. And anyway, you may as well play Bastion if you want to sit on the payload and do that. It'd probably just be better all round. Anyway, you see where I've put my turret there? It's not on the front lines. It's not in direct fire of the enemy as they spawn. It is towards the back. It's almost in preparation for when they come past this bus and then they get absolutely wrecked with the turret. That's what it's there for. It does damage, but it doesn't do crazy damage. But it's good enough to, let's say, persuade people not to come around the corner. And for people like Tracer, Genji, low hit point heroes, it will absolutely do work on them. So that's awesome. Now let me just explain what's going on with Torbjorn, because he's not as simple as other classes are to play, because he's got a few different mechanics. So you just see me pick up a bit of scrap there. If you look on the right hand side of the screen, I've got a scrap meter, and I've got 50 out of 200. I have just thrown down there an armor pack. That is Torbjorn's E. It gives, I think it gives 25 armor, but it gives additional armor to your team. Now you want to put that down as much as you can, but you only get scrap when people die. So when anybody dies, or even when your turret gets destroyed, I think when it's upgraded to level 2, you will get scrap. Also, I was very lucky there. Very, very lucky. So what you do is you drop your turret down, you bash the turret with your hammer. I think it takes 5 or 6 hits, and it will upgrade to tier 2. Then you can't upgrade it anymore. Then what you need to do is get on the front line and start doing damage with your rivet gun. You left click, it does a surprising amount of damage, and I don't think this suffers from fall off. So it does full damage wherever, like, range doesn't matter. If they're standing on the other side of the map and you can hit them with them, then it will do the damage. What it does suffer with, though, is, I guess, gravity fall off. I'm getting a bit confused there, but you know Hanzo's arrow, when he fires it, what is the word? Somebody will tell me what the word is, but whatever. When you fire the rivet, it will drop down. It's got a trajectory. You've got to kind of guide it in. His right click you see me using there is it's a shotgun blast, and this does massive damage. If somebody like Tracer jumps on you, you can destroy her. Any kind of low health hero, and even higher health heroes. I mean, you just see me use it on Reinhardt. I know it's going to hit him. It can fire pretty quick. It's almost once a second. Bang, 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 bang. Keep it going. It's mental. You will notice I do have my ultimate available. Now, my ultimate is, it supercharges me. It's Molten Core. So I get more health, more armor. My turret goes to tier 3. It starts firing missiles. It doubles the rate all of your attacks from your rivet gun go off. So you left click and you right click. You become really powerful. Really, really, really powerful. But Torbjorn he has to be not by the turret, but you have to play with the turret. This is the main thing with Torbjorn. Now I know there's a lot of other guides out there on loads of different Overwatch stuff, and I know the guides I've been making, they're less, let's say, focused on the fine details of how much damage it does per shot, a weapon, and all of that. Because quite frankly, while that does matter, it doesn't matter as much as actually knowing what to do with the heroes at any given time. So some people, they might drop the turret down where I am right now. That would be a bad idea. The turret needs to go in a place where it's protected. It needs to go in an alcove. So that's a place where people can't get behind it, and people can't, like, fire at it without standing in. Well, you basically need the turret down so the turret fires at people as they're firing at it. And where I've put the turret there, this is Numbani on defense. It's a great position. See, it's shooting this guy. I'm going in, giving him the right click, doing loads of damage. One thing here, though, in this video, you know I do like to leave my mistakes in, and I don't like to edit those out. That was a pretty good shot as well, by the way. I could have probably used my Molten Core a bit early, but I've held on to it just in case they come for a big push. Now you can see my turret's took quite a bit of damage there. It's got 4 health, so I've used Molten Core, and then I've been killed by Tracer instantly. But luckily, I've still got quite a lot of ultimate charge there, so that's great. But that was really unlucky, because what I was doing is I was waiting for the right time there to use the ultimate just to bump the turret up, keep me going, give me health, and then push away the attack. Because that's when Torbjorn is at his absolute maximum in terms of effectiveness. His turret is leveled up. He's going crazy. And by the way, you can only get a level 3 turret by using the ultimate. You can't collect scrap and then beat on the turret. So this is another great position for the turret. This is the first point, point A on Numbani. It's in an alcove again. It's in an area where when they move onto the payload, or onto the, well, I guess it's the payload with Doomfist Finger. When they move into this control point to activate the payload, the turret will shoot them. Now, how can they deal with that turret? Well, they need to come behind us, but the whole team is here. So it's a really obnoxious place to put the turret. Maps like, well, any map, it doesn't really matter what map it is. There is always a place where you can stick the turret, and it'll be horrible. I kind of don't use Torbjorn on the King of the Hill maps that much, because you're generally fighting over one point, and it's hard to get a turret set up on that. He is fantastic on defense. Now, if the enemy team want to deal with you, they will deal with you. But the enemy team need to deal with you, because if they don't, then you're just going to sit there and you're going to push the game. I think sometimes with Torbjorn, you're probably going to need to drop out of Torbjorn. Like, if you play Torbjorn and you get wiped out really quick, the enemy team are onto you, they know what you're doing, then swap out into another hero. But as you can see from this video, I've shown you how to play Torbjorn. He is highly effective if you play him like this. Don't be stupid. Don't play him on attack. Don't put his turret in the middle of the firing line, because it will get destroyed. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Stylosa. This is Overwatch. If you like these videos, then like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming. Send me screenshots as well of any amazing stuff you've pulled off, any amazing scores you've pulled off in the open beta, or beta even. And I'll catch you next time, people. Toodaloo.